beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm a Colombo Australian woman living in Melbourne, and today it's almost the end of June, which means almost half year. But today I have an exciting video, like a summary type of video, and it's the mid-year book freakout type 2020. If you are part of the community, the BookTok community, you know that everyone is posting these videos and I'm enjoying so much watching them. The first question of this tag is the best book of 2020 so far. And to be honest, I have read so many good books, so many new favorites, all-time favorites, but if I have to pick one, I'm gonna pick one fiction and one non-fiction. So the fiction, without a doubt, is My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. It's such an intense book. I haven't stopped thinking about this book, and every time someone mentions it, I just go ahead and I just get so excited about discussing it, because I think the story is so real and it just gives you an idea of what true grooming and what goes inside the head of a teenager that is in love with a professor, and it's not like, I mean, it's fiction, but at the same time we see this happening so many times in reality. And the other 5-star non-fiction is El Olvido que Seremos by Héctor Abad, and it's a Colombian author all about his relationship with his dad and the life of his dad pretty much, and it just tells the story of Colombia in the mid-50s to mid-90s, how the war and voices were shut down by killing, and it's like a cruel reality, but such a nice story and such a good relationship that he had with his dad. So I really love that book, and I'm gonna for sure reread it in the future. The second question is best sequel you have read in 2020. A couple of months ago I read the second part of the Nevermore series by Jessica Thompson. This is a middle grade book, but it's fantastic. The universe is so compelling, the magic system so weird, and so many characters. There is a cat that is a giant cat and talks, and it doesn't stop surprising me. I can't wait for the third one that is coming later in the year. If you haven't had the chance to read this book, if you are a fan of Harry Potter, I really recommend you to get on board of this. At the center is this Morrigan Crow, a female character, a female teenager, kid/teenager, that she's just trying to adapt to this new world that she just discovered when she turned 11, and it is fantastic. The third question is new release you haven't read but you want to, and actually I don't have it because I haven't been able to get it in physical, and it's Beach Read by Emily Henry. Everyone has talked about this book. Some people have loved it, some people have hated it, and I'm sure I'm gonna love it, so I can't wait. Then next question is the most anticipated release for the second part of the year. Without a doubt, this is The Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. Seriously, I can't wait. As soon as I get it, I will just shut myself down and just read in bed. Next one is the biggest disappointment of 2020, and it happened today, and is Catch 22. Look, as part of my TBR, the Wheel of Booksibilities, that book came as one of the selections. I was excited about it because like, it has so many good reviews, and it's like a classic, like a modern classic, and I started reading it. I couldn't pass the 4th chapter. Seriously, not my cup of tea, not the type of prose or the type of writing that I enjoy. I found it very hard to follow it. English is not my first language, so I don't know, the way it's written is weird, and I tend not to DNF books. Like, I tend to just persevere, and for me, finishing a book is a big accomplishment every time. But book reading is about enjoyment, it's about happiness. Even if it's a sad book, it just rewards your insides, and this book was doing completely the opposite. I just felt frustrated, I was just looking at that percentage and I was like 5%. Oh my god, how am I gonna read 95 more of these? So I decided to DNF it. I'm not gonna read it, and it was a massive disappointment. Okay, the next question is the biggest surprise. The biggest surprise was Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata, and you just have to read it. It's about this Japanese woman who starts working at the convenience store when she's 16, and 18 years later she's still working at the convenience store, and for her it's fine. Like, for her, that's her happy place, she's content with that, but for society it's not. So we discover like what she thinks and what she doesn't understand of the world. Pretty much she doesn't know how to be human, like she doesn't understand like normal behavior. It's all about society expectations and how you reconcile that when you don't feel like that inside. The next question is the new favorite author, and for this, I mean, it's a new favorite author to me. She's not new by no means, and it's Isabel Allende, the Chilean author. So this year I just finished reading the first book of hers, which was The Lone Petal of the Sea, and it was such an amazing book, and I love the way she writes. I was just transported to Spain in the war, and then to Chile, and then to Venezuela, and I just love how she created the story, and yeah, the narrative. It just took me, like, I didn't know. I mean, I know she was good because she's pretty famous, but I haven't read any of her, and so I can't wait to keep reading her other, I don't know, she has like 30 books already out, so I have plenty of books to read. The next question is the new fictional crush, and I actually don't have a fictional crush. Like, it's not like I read something and I say, oh, I would like to be with him or with her, or like have a date, or yeah, no, that's not how I read books, and that's not something that I think about when I'm reading books. So I don't have a fictional crush. So the next question is book that has made you cry, and for that is Night by Elie Wiesel. So this is it's just the story of all the things that he lived when in World War II, in the concentration camps, and his family, and his journey through all that horrific period. And yeah, like, I mean, how can you not cry reading a World War II book that make you happy? I recently read the Unhoneymooners, yeah, the Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. Again, this is my first book of theirs, because it's a couple, and oh, it just enlightened my day. It's a romance, contemporary romance, but the right type of romance. Like, it was a credible story, hate to love story, really funny, really entertaining. I really utterly enjoy this book. Next question is most beautiful book that you have acquired or were gifted this year, and for that I have two. So one is this about books and bookstores around the world. This is a coffee table book, but one that you can actually read, and the other book was this Book Love by Debbie Tung, and it's a comic, but it's all about things that book lovers do and the problems of book lovers, and you relate to this so much. There are so many situations that happen in the book, and you just laugh because that's you. Like, oh yes, I'm here. This is me. Those were the two most beautiful books I bought this year. And then the final question is books you need to read in 2020. And I actually can't, I mean, if it was for me, I would read all of those at the back, because the majority of them are to be read. And so there is only one that I actually cannot wait to read, and it's the Home Before Dark. That's the only one that I kind of like, I need to read it, I need to read it, I need to read it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I hope you are well. Yeah, that's it, I think, for today. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye!